Had a early hello this morning with a new summer schedule. I've got to get the dog out before I get to work. And the trash guy's out early today. Anyway, point being, I read an interesting comment yesterday, and this keeps coming up a lot. And I've kind of alluded to this before with moms that are like 1 or 2 weeks postpartum. They're feeling great, which is amazing. They're like, when can I start to run? I feel great. I'm strong. I feel good. And I'm like, And part of me wants to say, go do it, see how you feel, because you're gonna feel like a baby deer, a baby giraffe. Like, it's a completely different body that you're in pregnancy and early postpartum. Even though you might have felt strong, and even if you were active right up through till delivery, it's a completely different body, different balance points, center of mass, like all these things are different. And you don't realize that until you go run. That's one of the reasons that when I do clear my moms to run, I do their first jog with them to make them go slow. Like, their brain wants to go super fast. I'm like, nope, we're gonna go super slow, like zone 2 slow. Because that's where you can get yourself screwed up. You don't realize how much strength you lost. You don't realize how much balance you lost. That's why we run you through the screen, partially to see where the deficits are, but also to show you that no, you are not indeed the same body that you were before you got pregnant. But I think the thing people forget, again, we haven't made a regular parallel between having a baby and like surgery or injury recovery. It was have a baby, go back and work out in the fields. And then that's a narrative that we're like, oh, well, we've been doing it for thousands of years. Why should we need to rehab it? I can DIY it, all that stuff. Here's the thing. If moms didn't go back in the fields back in the day, y'all would have like died out because there would have been no food because mom didn't get it for you. Also, women weren't having babies in their late 30s. Also, women weren't expecting to try and run marathons within a year of having babies. And also, many women died in childbirth. So if you're going to have that argument with me, let's just skip ahead and say it's different and just accept it and move on. Oh, Abby, what are you unhappy with? But here's the thing with that. Tissue healing, like, you just can't argue it. At 6 weeks, yes, we're going to be a much better tissue healing state. So even if you feel great, even if there's not like any tearing, scarring, like those tissues need to heal, that uterus needs to shrink, like things need to have time to shift back to go where they need to be in this new body. And you need to give yourself time to do that. So that's where we focus on coordination exercises. Walking is so good. Plus your baby is getting bigger. So it's like progressive. Sorry, Abby's spinning me around. It's progressive resistance. And then also, chances are, if you are asking about working out in those first 2 weeks, your kid's still sleeping, you're not having feeding issues, something's gonna come up, trust me. And if you're one of those people that you've run into that right away, you're like, how can people run right away? How can they wanna exercise? That was definitely me. I'm like, there's no way I was thinking about that at all. Something's going to come up, I promise you. I don't mean that in an evil sort of way, but just like there's no perfect baby early postpartum raising a child. It just doesn't exist. So if you're asking those questions, great. I'm so glad you're feeling good. Start working on walks, uphill walks with a stroller, walks with a carrier. Start working, find a pelvic floor PT that will see you earlier than, the first 6 weeks, so you can start to get connected on those coordination exercises. There's a lot you can do to set yourself up so that when the tissue healing is ready to go, you can do that walk, jog, and get back and have a nice foundation. But if you don't believe me, tell me, baby giraffe, whatever you want to say. Tell me what that first experience was for you, or kind of what you've gone through mentally trying to navigate that. Should I run? Should I not run? Should I DIY this? Like, let me know. All right, off to the office.